Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Off-Road Hub. My name is Ken. Thank you so much for watching. I know there's a ton of cool content on YouTube, so I'm happy you decided to spend a little bit of time with me today. Today I am going to be talking more about the Atlas transfer case installation. It's going into my 2010 Toyota FJ Cruiser, which is also getting a 1-ton solid axle swap at the same time. The Atlas installation portion of this project has taken a little bit longer than I anticipated. There's been some hang-ups and confusion along the way, but that's just part of doing a project like this. I got this part back from the machine shop so I can get these shifter cables hooked up. I got the tail housing situation figured out from last time, so there's very little that can stand in my way this time. So first things first, got to get this tail housing back under the vehicle, then we can get this Atlas under the vehicle. While I've got the tail housing off here, I'm just going to line up the adapter plate so that I can put a little mark on here to tell me which way is up, and that will give me a little head start when it comes to clocking the Atlas. So that's how it's going to sit under the vehicle, well, when the tail housing's back under the vehicle. And I'm just going to make a little mark here telling me that that is the top. If you ever have to seal anything up, I've found that Permatex, the right stuff, is the best. I've used it for years and never had anything leak. It's amazing. Hashtag not a sponsor. Okay, torque to 25 foot-pounds. Here goes our stub shaft there. We'll get that on the output shaft of the transmission. There we go. Now our Toyota output shaft from the transmission is like a Jeep output shaft, ready for the Atlas. All right, guys, here we are at this point again. It's machined, so we should be good to go with the Toyota setup. Let's see how it goes. Alright guys, after a whole lot of fighting and figuring out, that is the cable set up, and I believe I'm probably 97% sure it's all right. So it turns out these have to be flush back here pretty much, or else this cable isn't long enough. As you can see here, there's not really any thread left there. So Advanced Adapters told me to leave a 1/4 inch out the back. That didn't work. But there you have it. That's that part of the setup. Now I'll get this one on, finally. All right, I've got the planetary shifter set up. We're gonna beat this thing one victory at a time. See, it even works. Well, check that out. I got my shifters hooked up to the cables, and it shifts. So I only showed you one side shifting, and the reason is because I was shifting the other side for the rear, and there's a lock ring or a snap ring that retains this little block on the shift rail, and it popped out of place, which is really discouraging, because if that happens under the vehicle or while I'm on a trail, I won't be able to shift anymore. All the shifting is dependent on that lock ring, and it just popped off on the bench. So I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe I'll try to go get a new lock ring and see if it does it again. All right, well, I went down to Ace Hardware and got a new snap ring. So looks good now. All right, guys, well, with the shifters on and everything, I am ready to begin the process of actually fitting the Atlas underneath the FJ. And the first step in doing that is removing the gas tank. The gas tank can be in place after the Atlas is installed, but there's just enough room up there for the Atlas against the gas tank. So the Atlas needs to be able to go into the back of the transmission. It can't just go straight up. So I have to pull out the gas tank so there's enough room in there to get the Atlas to the back of the transmission. So getting the gas tank out isn't too big of a deal. There's, under the back seat, there's this cover to remove with 3 screws. You've got a couple electrical connectors to disconnect from right here, and then one down there. And then underneath, you got these straps that hold the gas tank up, and just a couple bolts, one right there, and then one back there. And then the gas tank will come down. There's a couple gas lines to disconnect right here and here, and maybe something else on top, I'm not sure yet, but all in all, it shouldn't be too hard. And I almost forgot to mention the filler neck. That's important to take off too. So on top there were a couple connections for the evap system. This connection right here is kind of a pain in the butt to get off. All right, we're ready to get this thing under the FJ and start playing with it down there. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how heavy this thing is. All right, it says 134 pounds. That is a heavy beast. I'm no weakling, but 134 pounds is too much to try to maneuver by hand. So the Atlas is going to be living on this transmission jack from Harbor Freight until I get that thing up underneath the vehicle. So I'm just going to roll this thing underneath and let's see what it looks like under there. So as you've seen, the Atlas is pretty flat across the top, and the input shaft is going to go right here. But you can see right here, the tunnel has a pretty sharp edge to it there. So that's what I was talking about before when I was pulling the mat out of the inside. The floor is going to have to be modified there so that the Atlas can turn up a little bit more rather than hanging down really far on this side. So there's going to be some cutout work right in this area so that the Atlas can come up into that space a little bit, and then I'll have to put new sheet metal in that area. Also notice these shifters on the big long cable there, and then the shifter assembly way down there. Well, that shifter assembly needs to go up into that hole right there, so that's going to take some modification as well. Oh, as well as this shifter and cable here. Oh, and this whole cross member that's currently holding up the transmission and all that, that is eventually going to all go away. Inside here, this is where the factory transfer case shifter came through. So I'm going to have to expand this hole, and also I'm going to have to fabricate a bracket that goes across here that will allow me to bolt up the new shifters where the old shifter was. All right, guys, well, the Atlas transfer case installation, it's a big project in and of itself, beyond just doing the solid axle swap. And I know I've devoted a lot of video time to it, but it's just taken a lot longer than I even anticipated. And that's okay. It's just part of the project. It's going to take some fabrication inside, and fitting it is going to be a real challenge. I hope that after this I can squeeze the remainder into just one more video on the Atlas. So, but I'm pretty excited about the benefits that it's going to give me when I get back out on the trails. And trust me, guys, I really want to get back out on the trails. It's beautiful outside. I want to get out there and get this thing in some rocks and trails. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, give me a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe so I can share new content with you every Monday and Thursday, and we'll see you next time.